Well, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the dopest podcast on Vengeance is Power. Welcome to One-on-One with Noxie Nitrix. And on today's exciting episode, we have a player who has changed VIP, who has helped evolve Vengeance is Power. So much so that we had to create a title just for his namesake. We are talking about the one and only Hardcore Rick, Mr. Black Drake.
From Baltimore, Maryland, weighing in at 242 pounds, one half of the Tag Team Champion, the Dragon, Hardcore Rick.
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How are you today, man?
I'm doing fucking fantastic. Other than this weather, it's super hot out.
Oh yeah. I can relate, man. Shit, 98 degrees and whatever. I'm just trying to stay cool.
No doubt, no doubt. What's been new? What's how you been doing with this whole new normal that we're having with the coronavirus?
Um, it's like I've been doing fine. I try to keep my same routine. It's like what I truly believe is just meant for you to get it, is you're gonna get it. So I go out, travel still when I can, but at the same time to pay respect to everybody else, I make sure I'm masked up and stuff. I literally got my mask. I literally look like Sub-Zero from Mortal Kombat. So if I'm gonna do wear a mask, I'm gonna look cool wearing one.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. And speaking of masks, let's remind everybody that if you visit the VIP shop, we do have some real nice masks. So if you wanna rep VIP Vengeance Power, we got some masks there for you.
Yes, indeed. Go check that out.
All right, well, enough of the plugs. So what exactly do you do for work?
When I first joined VIP, I was a machine operator at Smithfield Packing. They shut down my department, and now it's like I'm driving trucks or rigs, or some people may sue, and I do groundwork for Hampton University. And at the same time, I got my call Monday offering to go back to Smithfield. So money talks, and I'm about my money and stuff. So I'm going back to Smithfield on that note.
Nice. Yeah, well, if you're one of the lucky ones that can find work during these times, you might as well.
Yeah. I exactly know what you was talking about. I try to tell guys, try to stay at one job as long as they can, or try to find something, volunteer somewhere that may pique their interest, because you never know what's going to turn out, and those people will turn the favor and become resume boosters. Like I got a whole lot of stuff on my resume, background, work history, things I could do that people still don't know about.
Yeah, right now what I've been doing is I've just been doing some janitorial work, just low stress. I'm at a Boys and Girls Club. It's night shift. No one's there. I clean it, and it's nice. Work at my own pace.
Oh yeah.
No one looking over my shoulder. My boss used to come in once a night to come check up. For the last few months there, he's only been coming in like once a week and whatnot. So it's nice. I have the whole night all to myself. Work as fast as I want, leaving myself some free time at the end, shoot some hoops, or eat, do whatever I need to.
Yeah, that's great. I remember I had something like that because I used to be a child care aide and work at some schools and stuff. I remember cleaning up after some of them, helping them with homework and making sure they would eat. So I
Nice.
actually hated my boss because she was like, the one that did too much.
You got to watch out. In some jobs, doing too much hurts you. But speaking of the past, let's talk about how the boy became the man. Where did you grow up?
Um, I was born in Montgomery County hospital. Lived in Baltimore for a few years, and from there, I went to school down here in VA. Like my mom was military, and my father was a big time truck driver.
Okay. What school did you go to?
Elementary, I went to a few of them. What was it? I started off at Tyler, then up to I think Tyler was up to first or second grade. From there, I moved and went to Aberdeen, and from Aberdeen, from Fort what was it? I only stayed there my third grade year. Moved again, and I went to Cary Elementary, and that was from fourth and fifth. Graduated with them. And middle school, Lindsay all what was it, 2 or 3 years. In high school, graduated from Hampton High in '09.
Nice, nice. Well, that's kind of cool. I went to a high school that was called Hampton High School. It was in a small little hick town
Oh
here in New
yeah.
Brunswick.
Okay, that's cool.
Did you play any sports in school?
I wanted to, but I had the overprotective parent. Because then I guess you could say I was injury prone. I had one serious accident, or not an accident, injury. When I was playing football, I remember a teammate fumbled. I saw where the ball was at, went back forward, and when I'm picking it up, I got dog piled, and my right arm snapped back.
Damn.
Yeah, the crazy part, I'm so full of adrenaline at that point, but I still felt a little pain, and when I completely calmed down, the bone in
Right.
my right arm was sticking up. I got rushed to the emergency room like the following day. It was crazy, believe it or not. And I remember being in so much pain, and the doctor was like, "It's a good chance you might have to have surgery, and there's a good chance you don't." But he was like, "Thank God you didn't move your arm or couldn't move it anymore, because if you did, your bone would have just came out the skin."
Mm,
Yeah,
damn. That's
I was
crazy.
like, yeah, I was like, I want to say between 11 or 13. I was probably 13. Because I remember it was like I was in sixth grade, and after that, my mom was like had a fear for certain things, certain things she didn't want to sign off of, being overprotective.
Well, I guess it's a good thing that you ended up becoming a fantasy wrestler or an online gaming wrestler. The
Yeah,
only thing that you could
it is.
possibly get injured is maybe, a sore throat from speaking, or your thumbs hurt or something. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, that'd be crazy. What is it called? Carpal tunnel. I can't move my wrist.
Yeah. Well, back in school, I was always really into sports. I was breakdancing. I was ultimate frisbee, track and field,
Oh yeah.
cross country running. Anything that I really can get into. Tried to make the basketball team, but they chose the new kid,
Oh yeah.
fresh into Canada, and they picked
Hmm.
him. And I remember this. this memory is like burnt into my head, but
yeah.
I remember being frustrated and upset. Like I practiced, you know, I'm watching all the Michael Jordan tapes, like I'm on it. You know what I mean? And
I remember this, something like that. It came down for my high school basketball team. I was still in middle school, I think 8th grade, about to become a freshman in high school. So, you know, it's JV, basketball. I'm thinking they're going to go down the list and go by names, and I'm waiting, and my pops and my brothers on the other side of the court. I'm like, what's going on? And the coach is just pointing at random people, like, what was it, shirts and skins, and then he finally comes to me like, "Oh, are you gonna get up?" I'm like, "Bro, you got our name on the list. Just call out a name and shit. And if you're not by that right person, have them stand up and then check them in." So I finally check in, and it came down to me and one other guy. He made the team, and it's like the different personalities and stuff and how things was then. I'm like, if you didn't play rec league, they didn't really give you a chance. Even if you showed your talents, and you could have been better than one of the other guys on the roster. So it's like I had that as my shoulder. So when it was gym time and I played against some of them, I'll be like, I'll make sure they couldn't go nowhere. I knew the concept, like you can use the baseline as a 6-man, extra man on the court.
right.
And since my father played, he taught me some stuff. So I was like, use what I knew and learned at a young age against you and stuff like that. And the crazy thing about that, after that, some of the coaches like, yeah, you should play, and I'm like, man, nah, I'm not gonna be no bench rider to nobody. I'm better than half your roster here already.
Yeah, well, it definitely did not work like that for me. I was upset. I asked the teacher, you know, why am I not picked? You know, why did you pick him? And he flat out told me, he's like, you can't even shoot anywhere close to the 3. This guy gets baskets in when he shoots half court.
Yeah, I ran into some guys at practice. Yeah.
So I mean, even young and not understanding, even then I was like, shit, okay, fuck it. You know what I mean? Like, he can shoot half court. He deserves it, right? Best man for the job type of thing. So I didn't fight it after that. So yeah.
It's it's like how I learned, and I told this to somebody yesterday. You can't get mad at things you don't have power over of.
Well, I absolutely had the power over that. I could have got better.
Yeah.
I could have been better.
You could have.
You know, I could have practiced
transferred. More. Yeah, true. But it's like at the same time, if it wasn't really in your heart to do it, you wasn't gonna do it. That's what I was told, and I still use that method till this day.
But luckily, got into Pee Wee football. That was fun.
Oh, yeah.
For first position, they put a small guy like me. At fucking on guard. Are you kidding me? You put me on the offensive line?
Yeah. Did you
really?
ever
Me?
what is it called, pancake? You ever put somebody on their ass, or?
Never. Are you kidding?
You just like, man, I should be playing quarterback or running back. I don't like you anyway. You can come through and tackle this guy.
Well, here I was able to learn another valuable life lesson in regards to sports. So I'm holding buddy. I forget what the play was. I'm pretty sure it was a pass. So I'm holding the guy, and he goes and fucking punches me right in the fucking stomach, knocks my wind, and of course I make the hole. You know what I mean? Now, it was a clean, dirty move. Yeah, it was a dirty move, but he did it clean. You know, wasn't caught, and his objective was to open up that hole. Obviously, he wasn't going to be able to get past me. I was holding him. And I'm pretty sure I was like holding on to his fucking jersey too.
Yeah.
Regardless, yeah, I fucking never forgot that.
Yeah. What was it? It was
but that-
it was some movie I watched because when I was playing, I guess you could say it's Sandlot or out street ball and stuff, and I got put at guard one time, and yeah, it was in PE too. I watched some martial art movie. I forget the name of it, but the way he had his hands, and it was like a 3-push combo, like
Okay.
right side of chest, left side of his chest, and the center like the sternum. You hit somebody with that, dango, they're gonna get out of breath real quick.
So, when did you start getting into wrestling?
Oh, at a young age, I remember my dad was on the road, and it was me, my mom, my brothers, and my sisters, and we were just flipping through the channel, and my mom, what was it? I forget which channel. I think it was UPN 27 at the time, or that was the network. But it came on, and it was SmackDown, and I forget. I believe it was The Rock in the ring, and maybe Triple H on the ramp, or it was Stone Cold. It could have been Jericho, one of them. I remember that, and I was like, okay, I love this and stuff. I'm gonna keep watching this. It had my attention, and it was entertaining.
I got into it. Well, when I was super young, my mom and my dad took me to WWF event in Ottawa, Ontario,
Yeah.
and I got a couple action figures. You know, like the old '80s one
Yeah,
that
when
they
they're
didn't
made
move.
out-
They were just
yeah,
stuck.
like clay. Yeah.
Almost, yeah. And so I got like a Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior, and I think a Sting. No,
Yeah.
not a Sting. Not a Sting. Got something else. But speaking of Sting, when my mom remarried, my stepdad, he was into WCW.
Yeah.
And with kid logic, this is how I understood wrestling at a young age. WWF was like the minor leagues, and WCW was like the major leagues. You know, you couldn't get into world championship wrestling until you became champions in WWF. That was my
Well,
understanding.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know, Hulk Hogan's there, Savage is there. So many people from WWF, old timers, were all on WCW.
But
so
yeah,
it kind
this-
of, you know,
this what I-
it kind of made sense.
Yeah. This is what I found out about this too. And it hit me to a few years ago. Like all them guys you just named, they kind of started out in WCW, but what was it called? NWA or AWA at this
NWA.
yeah. At the time, Hogan was with them, and I think they was having financial problems, so he jumped ship to the WWE. Him, Randy, and a few other guys. So at that time, after the WWF used them and they was going back to like, I'm a well house known name now, why not go back to WCW? The guys bench signed were left WCW. Only one who wasn't with them at the time was The Rock and stuff like
Well,
that.
yeah.
So everybody else was
Yeah,
WCW.
this is like an era right before Attitude.
Yeah, it's like why you got great talent, what are they called in basketball? You got a great prospect that eventually is going to turn into a superstar or all-star for your team, and you release them just for these well-known, house-known names at the time. And then you spend all of this money on certain people to make them happy, and you go bankrupt. Like you literally handed your competition the world title, like the best of the best for this business. Who was it? Ted Turner
True.
handed it right to
Yeah.
him.
Ted Turner was awful for WCW.
Yeah.
He didn't understand wrestling whatsoever. But even if he was trying to produce this as a TV show, which he was doing good.
Yeah.
TBS was doing fine. But I don't know. He just WCW had poor management
Yeah.
for sure.
Because I remember they was saying like when the shit that happened with Brett after the screw job and his brother's death, he didn't want to really be in the WWF no more. So what was it? Who was his name? Bischoff, and heard about it, relayed the message to Turner and stuff like that. And who else? They got with the Hitman and everything, and somebody said they signed him for I think it was 9 mil or something at the time, and he didn't even wrestle for 9 months. So you just paid a man to sit on his ass for 9 months, and then when he actually did wrestle,
They did a lot
hurt.
of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were Eric Bischoff was great for WCW,
Yeah.
but some of his decisions had long-lasting repercussions. Giving so much freedom to Nash, Hall, and Hogan, a couple others, that ended up hurting WCW.
I mean, I'm not gonna say too much freedom to them, because at that time when they formed, nobody thought Hogan was gonna hit Randy with the leg drop or be the third member to the Outsiders and form the NWO. That was hottest thing out right then. What was it, 96, 97, and it was at the Bash at the Beach, and that whole storyline, how it set up was perfect. Like, you get some invaders from WWF, you don't even know as a fan that's their contract is up, so you thinking that like it's an actual invasion where everybody else.
Yeah, well, there was no internet at that time. There was no Facebook, no Twitter, nothing.
Nothing. Yeah.
It's a complete surprise for audience, for live audience, and for viewers at home.
Yeah.
It was like, what the hell? Because for the most part, when you were a wrestling fan, you would try to watch both programs, and when they were on at the same time, you would flip. In my house, we was the dummies that flipped from WWF to WCW.
I mean, I flipped one
because we
time
was a WCW house.
point. Yeah, only time I flipped was when, what was that guy name? I didn't really care for him. Val Venus or Funaki would wrestle, and the storylines wouldn't cut. So it was like one time I flipped, and I see Rey Mysterio and Billy Kidman coming out, and I think they was facing the NWO at the time. Maybe it was the Wolfpack, I think. But I remember at that time came out, I just saw this big old pyro, and it got all dark, and I'm like, okay, this is not the Undertaker's music. And Kane was getting introduced. I'm like, okay, this is my guy. He's gonna be my favorite wrestler for a while.
Yeah.
and stuff. I'm like, oh, that was awesome. When you see this big, huge 7-foot guy pull off the
and doesn't talk, and then motherfucker wouldn't talk too.
Didn't talk, and then when he did, sounded like a robot somewhat at the time, and shit. And the matches they had him in, and his Nights of Destruction, I was like, that was just awesome to me as a kid. I was like, I wanted to be like this guy until I got older. I'm like, I'm Edge now, but yeah, it was Kane.
Nice. The guy's a mayor now of a town.
Yeah,
town.
he's the mayor of Tennessee.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. How you see some of them transition from wrestling into politics, and they see what's going around in the world and their neighborhoods, or where they grew up, or where they live currently, and they decided to do something about it. So that's great. Yeah. I know Rhino, he tried to do something like that. I think run for mayor or a seat for Michigan. Mhm.
Fuck, that'd be fucking hilarious. I can't see Rhino being a politician.
Yeah, like what did you say? And he catch you coming out of the bathroom, just gore you out of nowhere.
This evening on the news, another candidate has dropped out.
Reason why bruised or cracked ribs. Yeah, that'd be
Oh
hilarious.
shit. Oh man. All right, so you went through all your school. You broke your arm playing football. You got to high school. You're into video games. You're into wrestling.
Yeah,
We were speaking earlier before the podcast started about how when you first joined way back in December of 2018.
Like Dragon, from me and VIP, we would like to offer you a contract. Vengeance is power. You are now one of us. Congratulations. Good sir.
So it's about time you come to me, offer me this big money contract. You know, I got the moves, I'm the talent, for vengeance is power. I will do great things.
You better, with a mouth like that, boy. Don't get out of line.
Watch.
How
Yeah.
that was like really your first time even seeing VIP and seeing leagues online.
Yeah.
What were you like your first thoughts just playing online on 19 and seeing that there are leagues out there?
yeah. It was great. I mean, I had some options from I forget some of them, but the main one that was stick out that I remember was CCW, and there was certain cats in there that do gimmicks from people off of South Park. I remember it was some guy in there named Professor Chaos, and his attire literally looked like Butter's alter ego. I'm like, okay, wow. And that guy won the world title at some point. But the only thing, I'm like, this dude is doing this, doing that. I'm like, and the guys, I guess it was just playing to have fun, or if they was serious, I couldn't really tell. Theirs wasn't on YouTube. They wouldn't cut promos. It wasn't no actual music. They were jacking music from WWE, one of their top superstars. They'll think that they'll fit their personality or gimmick. I'm like, okay, wow. Wrestled with a few of them. Like, okay, you're boring. Then I'm online, meet one of you. I think I met you or Joker with somebody. I can't remember. It could have been Bugs too. And y'all were like, wow, you was good. Will you be interested in this and that? I'm like, okay, yeah. This was a passion at some point because I actually wanted to become a wrestler, but overprotective parent. And then by the time I was 18, 19, you're grown now. You can do it now. I'm like, Mom, the training moved. It's in a whole nother town, like maybe 50 miles away, and I don't have a car at this time, so in the bus
Yeah.
and go
And it costs
there.
a lot of fucking money too.
Yeah,
$500 just for a class, and that's
Yeah.
non-refundable.
and just to see
It's gone.
if your body could take a slam or not.
Yeah.
So when y'all hit me with this, and I saw how things was rolling and everything, I was like, yeah, I can get behind this. Let's do it. It's something new, great. It's like I showed some people this yesterday, and I'm pretty sure they're gonna be tuning in too. It's like my nephews love it. My mom was like, how did y'all do it and stuff like that? Because it's our actual faces up there. It's not music from the actual game, or if you heard it, it's like no actual wrestler is using it. So it's great. We doing our own thing and stuff like that. I love it.
Yeah, well, that was really the main idea for VIP. Like we was founded with Call of Duty Black Ops 1.
Oh, okay.
That's where the whole clan. That's where Vengeance Power was born. The clan was there, and then I was trying to do some things on WWE, but there was a lot of hackers. And I was like, okay, I'm tired of being singled out and having hackers. I need some fucking backup. So I started, hollering at people, becoming friends, and we would get together, and we would go and attack online together. And try to protect each other from hackers. In an elimination situation, if there was a hacker, I'd be his backup, he would be mine until we got rid of the hacker, and then we would have our match type of thing.
Make things fair.
And I started to call the team NWODX. That was the team that I used to. That's the faction I used to always create on single player. It's supposed to embody all the ideas of NWO and the personalities of NWO and Degeneration X. The problem was I was never able to hold on to anybody because the whole nature of this team that I'm trying to create was unoriginal.
Yeah.
How many other people have the exact same idea and make the exact same team name, NWODX, right? So that wasn't working. So I had asked my boy, Shorty MC, if I could take VIP onto wrestling. He gave me the okay, and then because everyone was leaving Call of Duty. VIP was gonna die. It's only me and him left. So one night he's over at my place, we're smoking, and I'm showing him what I'm gonna be doing. He okayed it. He gave me everything. So now I'm the guy, and that's when it started to fucking pick up. I created the logos, recruited CCG Kryptonite, Deadly Chew Toy, VLS Reverend, what was another big name. These three were like the real OGs. Shortly after, we got JYD Jr. Who, him and Deadly just recently came back, which is super fucking exciting.
Oh, yes. Played a few matches versus both of them. My goal with that is become a better, higher, well-known names than both of them. Like, I'm gonna have a better VIP career. Yeah.
So, after that, we just picked up more and more steam. It all started just like most of the leagues that are out there. We were just playing for fun solely. We weren't recording anything. Of course, we were on the 360. This is before that we was really able to capture stuff. So we weren't doing any YouTube, anything like that. And then started coming the flood of online teams and stuff like that, where you would get into a lobby and you would see 3 people all with the same kind of attire.
Yeah, I noticed that a lot on NBA 2K and some other games as well. So people was clanning up, and then people was turning on friends or well-known associates just to get in clans and whatnot, just to get booted out not that long after.
Yeah, true. Yeah, and then as soon as we started doing YouTube, and we started doing YouTube by me grabbing a tablet, pointing it towards the TV, and recording the screen.
Wow, that's pretty old school. Yeah.
You can even see some of the older videos that oh man, the quality is just horrible. And then started coming the editing. I got back a program that I used to use way back in when was it? 09.
Yeah.
2010, 2011. I used to like download a lot of TV shows or movies because we was all poor. We didn't have cable. This is really before the big Netflix. So, you know, we would have Nitrix TV. we would, you know, everyone at the house would vote on TV shows or whatnot. I would download them and put them on DVD. So, you know, we would have like Power Rangers, and then up next would be Trailer Park Boys, and then after that would be fucking Fresh Prince, and then we would have Duckman, Transformers, like, you know, stuff like that.
Like
Beast Wars, Transformers. Yeah.
This
so
what
I started using.
Me and my brothers used to do sometimes, because we would help some people move, and then, you know, it's the old VHS tapes and DVDs would start kicking off, and we didn't have them. So the ones that was broke or whatever, or somebody pissed us off, like, we knew how to took the what was it, the inside, the black tape or film, whatever you call it, and transfer it to another disc.
Transfer it. So Blockbuster.
It's like you would think you'll be watching what, The Matrix or whatever, but you'll be watching, what's that movie, The Fox and the Hound or something like that.
Yeah. Yo, I used to do that to video games, to like Sega and Super Nintendo, when I would go and rent them either at a Blockbuster or Rogers Video here in Canada. I, you know, just take the cartridge and take the shell, exchange it,
and reattach the original to the knockoff. Yeah.
But I mean, as a kid, you could only do that so often because you start running out. You start running out of games. You don't have a huge library of games. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't.
And I mean, for Sega, there wasn't too many games that I was super interested in. Mortal Kombat came out. That changed everything.
Oh yeah.
Mom would always be mad because people would.
That's how I first got behind gaming. Is like I was at my uncle's in them house, and my cousin was over. He had the Sega Genesis, and I seen him pop in his black cartridge and these weird looking controllers with buttons on them. Oh, okay, and I saw Mortal Kombat. I was like, wow, okay. Turn from a button masher to learn everything. I'm like, okay, this is my fighting game. One of them. And fell in love with gaming.
That's what I always loved about Mortal Kombat was you can button mash. Hell, I've lost matches to someone who's never played Mortal Kombat in their life. They pick it up, they button mash, and they end up winning. I love that there's a button mash skill per se. But there's also a finer skill that you know what I mean, with like the newer games with all the comp stuff like that. You know, the more that you play with the character, the more that you practice with them, the more that you can do. And then you can do a bunch of cool moves that someone's like, and even back in the day, if you knew the moves, you can do these cool things, and someone's like, oh, how did you do that? Like, you know, I'm old enough. I'm from the era that I still used to go to the actual arcade, Sailor Midway. Shout out. Used to go there, and me and my boys we used to hustle there, and we would hang out behind someone playing a game, and we'd try to steal their credit card. Not like a Visa or anything like that, but like the
gaming card with the
arcade
stuff on it.
Right. You know, because they didn't have the coin, you just put in a little card in the slot. So we would go and we'd exchange that.
I remember going to the arcade. I got so mad they tore it down by the time I hit like 7th or 8th grade. I know it was around that time. I was like, this is completely stupid. I'm like, you had everything in there. You had the food court, you had other malls, and then you had a different mall down the street around the corner, and then you tear that down and give us a strip mall.
That's bullshit. What the fuck?
Yeah, that anything you buy over there, they tax you $4 for it, and then they tax you again for the actual item.
What?
And yeah, man, it's like
Yeah.
say some you getting like some Bath and Body Works for your chick or something. What's one bottle like $5, $6 or something? Okay, add $4 for tax on top of that. You know, it's like 10 right there, and then you add the actual tax. What is it? 50 cent, a dollar and some change. You're spending like 12, $13 right there off of one bottle of lotion.
Damn. That's
It's
crazy, yo.
crazy. Yeah, yeah, it is.
Yo, the American government, man. No offense, but like, shit, yo, get your act together. What the
Yes.
fuck? I don't know the finer details, okay, but
Hmm.
like in Canada with free healthcare, like I go to the
Yeah.
doctors, I ain't gotta pay anything, right?
Yeah.
Like I don't know where the doctors here in Canada. I don't know how they get paid. I don't know how that works. Um,
I
but
believe
if
over there
Canada's
y'all
able
got
to
a
figure it out,
government
I don't think it's that difficult.
already had that established. Like they didn't want their people to pay for the health care because at the same time, if you playing all this other stuff, something like that should be free. We're the only country in the world that charges its people for health care.
Like that's crazy. And you wonder why people don't want to go to the doctors.
Nope.
It could,
Exactly why.
it could,
They'll charge you
like
literally an arm and a leg just for a simple checkup. Like I was talking to a guy yesterday, and from what he was saying, it's like his father was ex-military too, and after he got out, his body started to like turn on him a little bit. He would like he'll eat breakfast, stand up, and then within a few seconds he's falling back, and then his son rushing to him like, "Dad, I need to take you to the hospital. I need to
feigning.
go." Like yeah, passing out. He said he called him one
Damn.
time just in time, falling back, picked him up, put them in a van, took him to the hospital, and he's telling them, the doctor's telling them there's nothing wrong with his father, and then he's like, "Are you shitting me? The man is
Are you
passing out
sure?
after he's
Because
standing up." And then he was like, "Well, we're
yeah.
gonna discharge him tomorrow." He was like, after he discharged, his father died. Like I guess did tried to stand up and blacked out again and just died this time. Like that was the end of that.
No doubt, no doubt. Who's that we hear?
That's my little nephew. He's into wrestling too. He'll probably in 5, 6, 10 years or whatever, if VIP's still around. Ooh, I'm gonna be with Uncle. I want to do this, and I got another one now. Um, he likes to flip around and stuff, and he watches us sometime when he knows that music hit. He be like Uncle or Daddy and stuff like that, and he's so entertained by it. So I
That's
wouldn't be
cool.
surprised if he tries to get with us in the future too.
Yeah, yeah. Got to recruit them young.
Yeah.
Sign them up before they get signed to someone else.
Oh yeah. I'll make sure they're VIP. Mhm.
Well, speaking of family, let's play the picture game here on One-on-One with Noxie Nitrix. We like to bring up some photos that I have found on your social media, and
Okay.
just want a little bit of detail on it. First picture here. You want to tell us a little bit about it? Who are these people standing
Oh yeah.
outside, sitting outside?
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's my family, my brothers and sisters. People be thinking, looking crazy or like wow, amazed. Like when I say I have 3 brothers and 3 sisters, there's 7 of us all together. That's us right there. This photo was taken a few months before my baby brother's graduation. He's the one holding a basketball and stuff. And
Nice.
they came down from Baltimore, and some other parts of Maryland to come see us. The crazy thing about this is like after it was some crazy event my family went through. I think we got somebody broke in our stuff, and I was coming down from Fredericksburg from work, and I haven't seen them since I was in diapers, like 3 years old. Getting these people friend requests on Facebook, and one of the guys turned out to be my cousin, knew who my father was, who my uncle, and like what was their nickname, and then I get another friend request. I'm like, this person actually looks like me, has my last name and everything. I'm like, this is my brother, and I show my mom. She like, yep, that's your brother. You haven't seen him since you were like 2 or 3 years old. And that's just history right there. So it's like, yeah, we all linked up after then, hung out for the weekend, and had fun.
Nice, nice. All right, and the next photo.
Yes. We was in College Park, Maryland. That's my father to the right of me. I'm in a Maryland Terrapins hoodie, and the two to the left of me is my sisters, and the one sitting in front of me, well, that was my girlfriend at the time, now ex.
Cool, cool. All right, now a real fun photo. You want to tell me
Oh
about
yeah,
this one?
oh yeah, Mortal Kombat, baby, yeah. What was it? It was her birthday at the time, and she never really did anything. And what was it? NECACon was around the corner. I'm like,
Oh,
it's the
nice.
costume contest and everything. I'm like, if we're not gonna go, I'm still gonna. We got the suits. We're gonna put them on. I'll even make a little skit. And she has background in martial arts and stuff like that. So I believe I made a skit, and it's like you see me jumping out of trees and flipping and stuff like that. It was fun. I don't know if YouTube deleted it or what happened to it, like it's in a lost footage file. But yeah, it was good fun. I would like to try to do that sometime again, but with an updated version of the suit and stuff. So yeah, I was just a
Well, what is that? Is
Sub-Zero.
that's his MK9 or
Yes,
MKX?
MK9 attire, and she was
Nice,
dressed
nice.
as MK9 Sonya Blade.
Yo, I love the stance too. It's classic,
Yeah,
classic stance.
yeah. I think that was the MK 1 through 3. And one of my sisters tried to joke, but like, why you got your arm like that? Why is your neck long? What you doing? I'm like, man, get out of here. This is a classic pose from Character Select
Yeah,
3. Get out
yeah.
of
You
here.
see. I'm trying to do it, and it's like, in an actual fight, this really does seem silly.
Yeah, I actually did that one
But
time in an actual fight versus one of my brothers, and it was so quick. Like my mom saw it. She like, "Did you hit your brother?" I was like, "Yeah," and stuff. Because he came in trying to swing, and that arm went down. And my other arm came up. I grabbed him with like some "come here" type shit, and just wham right in the face. He caught one.
oh man, yeah, I broke my sister's leg coming home after seeing Mortal Kombat in the movie theater.
Oh yeah,
I was super young. I don't. My dad had no business taking me to go see an R-rated movie, but I wouldn't shut up about it because I just got embarrassed by some of the homies in the neighborhood. I heard like the older kids talking about it, and I was walking behind them, and I wanted to be cool, so I was like, "Oh, I love that movie. I just seen it." And so
yeah.
they called me out, and they're like, "Oh, what happened?" And I was like, "At the beginning, it's like Mortal Kombat," and they called me out. They're like, "You just heard us say that," and I
Yeah,
was like, "Damn." So I couldn't have that happen, so I bugged my dad to go see the movie,
yeah.
and not even 5 minutes home, I do like this cool windmill scissor kick on the floor and break my
Oh,
sister's leg.
like you tried to imitate what Liu Kang did on Reptile in that scene.
No, I think it was um, the sand battle, the
Oh,
beach
okay,
battle.
okay. Beach battle. Okay,
I
I
think
think that guy was supposed to be Kai. I don't know because of the hair and the way he was kind of similar dressed to Liu Kang. But yeah, I know what you mean when he had the kendo stick and all that other stuff, and it was on the beach
yeah,
and Shang Tsung took the guy's soul afterwards.
yeah, yeah. Alrighty, and the last photo.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I was working for the Salvation Army. I was a camp counselor. Was like there from what was it, June 8th to August 6th or August 8th, and we would take like actual field trips. One to the movies, we'll kayak and mountain trailing. Like that day, we kayaked for like maybe 5 or 6 miles, and then we headed up a mountain. And that mountain was 10 miles up, 5 miles in width, and I was literally 4,000 feet into the air at that point.
Fuck.
Yeah, it was a
Was
great
it?
experience. I never thought to be that high or ever do something like that. So it's like I've been snowboarding too with them um on a few times and shit. It's like I remember one incident when I was snowboarding was like I was a beginner. It's like I was like I could do this. I'm doing it, and then I'm like, okay, how you stop? Okay, I see everybody leaning back. And I hit a slope. I grab the front end of the board and I'm twisting, and then when I fully doing the 360 and I see there's a group of people in my way, I'm like, yo, duck, move, I'm mid-air. You got something. I guess it was the
Get
guy
out of the
was
way,
in
cause I ain't
shock.
stopping.
Yeah, get out the way. I'm mid-air at this point because you going down the hill. They tell you can hit up to at least 30 or 60 miles per hour. So
Right.
and I'm going straight down, and then I hit a bump, and it's like I'm in midair, elevating. I'm doing this 360, and the end of my board went like smack on right side of the guy's head. Luckily for him, he had a helmet. But after that, it's like what was it, a little turbulence or something, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm gonna tumble down this damn mountain.
Shit.
Yeah.
First time I ever went snowboarding, I spent most of the time on my ass, leaving the hill. My dad ended up like lifting my sweater to see why I was holding my tailbone, or
Yeah.
he lifted up my coat, and the bottom of my sweater was like all ice. So not only was I on my ass the whole time, but I was falling on a patch of ice. So no
Yeah.
wonder my the bottom of my back was all sore.
Yeah.
But lucky enough now, the only injuries that we can get are our characters getting injuries.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of which, in your VIP career, you started off a little slow, and then as you started really knowing how we function here in VIP, you just blew up.
Oh yeah.
With promos, the hardcore Rick persona,
Yeah.
becoming a fan favorite,
Mhm.
to the point that you became the very first hardcore international champion.
Oh yeah. I'll never
And
forget that.
like
Come here.
it was funny. It was funny in one of the promo packages. You mentioned, my name's Hardcore Rick, and I'm already the hardcore champion. Y'all just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
And people just didn't know how true those words really were.
Yeah, it's like I spoken in existence. I had a plan going into that match, and I'm like, I literally was like, okay, I got called Edge in the past. I'm gonna base this match and try to make it similar to one of his experience. Like, what would he do? I'm gonna pull an Edge moment in this match, and I'm gonna win this, and it's gonna be one of many titles I'm gonna hold in VIP.
For sure, for sure. And you you came in around the same time with Ghost Ron. Pretty sure it was the exact same episode, actually,
Yeah.
just a little bit further on.
Yeah.
But you guys go and create one
The
of the best tag teams in VIP, The Order.
Yeah.
Go,
I remember that,
yeah.
how it became to be, and I remember like I'm like, okay, my match is over. I'm sitting backstage watching. I'm like, okay, this dude, he's actually good. He's not like some of the other. He's on my level, and we can elevate each other to be better. Why not tag with this guy to take on the Riot Makers, form something
That's right.
big? And then that turned
And-
into what we formed. What was it? Special Ops Unit attire and stuff. And then that's when the chants came. Main fuck the Order. Main fuck the Riot Makers, and all of that. And we later down that road, we took the titles from them at VIP Takeover. Or no, VIP Horsepower. That's what it was. Horsepower.
Yeah, between the Order and the Riot Makers, it was probably the biggest tag team rivalry in VIP history.
Yeah.
And damn, was it a fucking shock when the two biggest, baddest teams form up with yours truly, Noxie Nitrix. That was yeah. I don't think anybody's seen any of that coming. Let alone me just joining with the Riot Makers, which was really just a placeholder, because joining the Order, I think people could have seen that, could have seen Noxie Nitrix joining the Order, but joining the Riot Makers, because I was face for a very long time, almost my whole career.
Yeah, it's like what people didn't know. There was some people who always wanted to be like a third member, but we always had a third/fourth member, but they stayed in the background and stuff. I'll give you all a hint, but I'm not gonna give no names. But this guy made history a year ago when signing with VIP. Hint, but
that's right.
He would have been the actual third member. But he's doing his own thing right now, and hell, if need be, we'll team up sometime again. And there's some
Time's
guys,
on our side. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So did you know Ghost Ron before VIP, or did you guys meet in VIP?
We met in VIP, and then when we started talking, I'm like, okay, you're close by where my brothers stay, my family stay. And stuff, and then a few months or a year afterwards, he moved down the street, maybe 15, 20-minute drive away from me at the most.
Shit.
Like crazy.
Nice.
Yeah, we hung out a couple of times and stuff like that. I had fun. I'm planning on like trying to travel and see some of the other guys soon. Like I told you, I plan on being in Canada sometime in September, if not that, in October for my brother's birthday. That plan is already in motion.
Well, like I tell anybody in VIP, y'all come here to Canada. You're not gonna have to worry about food, drink, smoke, place to stay. I got y'all covered.
Oh yeah. That's great.
So, what are your future plans here in Vengeance's Power? Anything that you wish to accomplish? Anything that
I want to
you want to do?
Yes, I want to maybe add a diva. There's a certain few in VIP that's upcoming. There's a certain few I will recruit soon. I would like to add them to the core, or if something happens to core, the next dominant faction after that I'm pretty sure I'll put together. And most of all, I want to become VIP's first ever Triple Crown champion. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen real soon. And I'm gonna make that a reality. What's the next pay per view coming up? Summerfest. Like you said earlier, when I said I'm already the hardcore international champion, you just don't know it yet. Well, history repeats itself, and I will once again become the hardcore international champion. Yet, you listeners, viewers, and fans worldwide just don't know it yet.
Big statement, big statement. There's so many that want that gold.
Oh
And
yeah,
we're just getting better and better players. We're getting more and more players. Doesn't seem to be slowing down whatsoever. But yeah, more women players, real women players.
yes, yes, yes.
We definitely need more of that.
I made a friend of mine. She's I got her built weight from Baltimore, but she's actually from Silver Springs, and they didn't have that in the listing, so I might change it to DC. But what's her gamer tag? Culinary Leo or something around that nature. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's gonna join us. She loved us forming the core. I had her watch that. She loves the commentary following. She was like, it was good, clean fun. She was laughing the whole time and stuff in the shows after. So, that's a future viewer slash this. And then I got coworkers watching us who's trying to invade or do what they invade for what they want to call themselves a version of the NWO or something. But I'm like, bruh, to fully execute that, you got to come to Xbox. That's why I tell everybody who's looking to join VIP or do that, I don't know if we're going to do cross platforms in the future or not, but as of right now, since everybody's on Xbox, why we're just gonna jump ship the PS4 or the next gen PS5, everything's still on Xbox.
All right, well, we're going to be closing down here, but I do have a couple questions that some fans had submitted.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right, this is coming from Josh Miller,
Okay.
and on Facebook, and he is asking, what is your favorite weapon?
I'm gonna have to say the chair, man.
In the game we're talking about.
Yeah. The chair. If it's not the chair, it's either the sledgehammer or I'll borrow Batsy from Bugs. But if you pay close attention, the primary weapon is the chair.
Nice. Yeah, I think I favor the chair a little bit more than anything else.
Yeah.
I think there's more animations with the chair, although the kendo stick is nice.
Yeah, it is nice, but at the same time, say a guy's talking shit, and I feel like snapping an ankle or something. Trusty chair. Can't go wrong with that.
True. All right, and the next one from Nyla Day, also on Facebook. Favorite wrestler and why?
Oh, that's real easy. The rated R superstar, Hall of Famer, Edge. Similar lifestyle. Got called to him once I got to high school because of opportunities I cashed in on. So, ultimate opportunist. Also was Edge. So, yeah, rated R superstar, Edge.
All right, and the next one is from one of my roommates. Your favorite move? Single move.
Single move. I probably don't have it in my arsenal at the time, but one of my favorite moves, I'm gonna say like a Russian leg sweep or the spear, since Edge again.
No doubt. Alrighty. Well, this has been the second episode of One on One with Noxie Nitrix. And we're going to be closing down here. So where can the viewers find you?
Yes, you can find me on Facebook in the VIP group. You can find me on Instagram, Black Dragon 2389, Snapchat, Black Dragon 2389, Twitter, same thing, Black Dragon 2389. And if you have a Snapchat, hit me up there. Same thing as the rest, Black Dragon 2389.
Alrighty, and I'm going to assume that if they want to hit you up on Xbox, that your gamer tag is the same thing.
Correct, Black Dragon 2389.
Alrighty. Well, thank you everyone for watching. Facebook, YouTube, all across social media. I know it's been crazy here with coronavirus and stuff, but you know, everyone's making do. None of us can all be in the same studio, or you know, so we all have to do this from our homes and whatnot. But thank you very much for watching. Until next time, peace. Hey everybody, Noxie Nitrix here. Thanks for watching this episode. You want to watch more? Then click up here. Or you can click right here for more great content from VIP. And if you haven't subscribed yet to Vengeance's Power, then do so right now. And make sure to share this video with all your friends and family. Thanks for watching. Peace.